now, from the mean streets of Essex, England, this is Whatcast.
Hello, this is Whatcast, the podcast. I am Matt, and today on Whatcast, we'll say today, this week, usually I do about one of these a week, we are going to be talking, I don't know whether I'm going to do it as a COTW, but we've got a bloke called Thickest Flat Earther that enjoys sungazing. He's got a message about that coming up. We've also got, later on, we've got a woman that woke up from the dead. She was, I think it was in Thailand. She was in a coffin ready for the big event, and she came to. Let's see what happened in that one later on. Also, we're going to be talking about, first off, to kick things off here, we've got a bit of Stranger Things later on as well. Because to kick things off here, we're going to be doing this story right here. This is about the pastor. The farting pastor fixes spirits by breaking wind. What do we think about this? What? That's what I think about it. There's the story here. We've got a little clip to show in a second as well. So there he is. He's sitting on somebody's face, farting. This pastor, he's laughing about it as well. There's a bloke literally laying on the ground while this bloke sits on his face.
Sounds like cognitive dissonance to me, mate.
That is absolutely the wrong one to play. This is the right one.
Violated by gas.
That's what you should be playing. He's sitting on his face to cure him, to fix the spirits. Let's read this. This bloke's name is Christ Penelope. This pastor, Christ Penelope is his name.
Violated by gas.
Founder of the Sevenfold Holy Spirit Ministries in Limpopo, wherever that is, has an unusual method of pastoring to his flock. He farts on them, claiming it part of the healing process. I mean, it's part of the healing process, obviously. He says it's important that the fart be near the person's nostrils so that the healing power can enter the body and do its work, reports South Africa's Independent News Online. In an interview with Drum, Penelope, that's his name, Christ Penelope, says his unorthodox and stinky healing ritual is a demonstration of God's power. He claims that he is following the divine example of putting people in need of a miracle into a deep sleep before giving them healing they need. It started with Master Jesus when he stepped on Peter. It is the demonstration of God's power. Just like God made Adam go into a deep sleep, it is a similar thing. God did anything with the body of Adam while he was on the ground in a deep sleep. He was not feeling anything, Penelope told Drum. I'm not sure he was farting on anyone's face, though, was he? Anyway, he wasn't doing anything because it's all a load of bollocks. None of this happened, and he's going, yeah, do you remember when God did this and Jesus did? No, none of that happened anyway. What a load of bollocks. It has been, he's been at it for years. There's plenty of images of Penelope sitting on people's heads online, though I didn't spot any footage. A small mercy for you this Thanksgiving morning. It's obviously a week old or whatever. The ministry posts otherwise conventional charismatic services to YouTube. Don't post this bloke sitting and farting on people's on their faces. Let's watch a little video about all this. If you're listening, just listen to this.
Violated by gas.
Let's do it.
South African pastor heals people by farting on their faces. This is Pastor Christ Penelope of the Sevenfold Holy Spirit Ministries, doing what he does best. And believe it or not, he's so popular for his fart healing that he often has a waiting list that goes up to as long as 2 months. Some people even collect his farts in jars. And when they asked him how he came up with this technique, he explains that it was inspired by something he read in the Bible.
Violated by gas!
Hang on, let's do just randomly here.
China?
It started with Master Jesus when he stepped on Peter. It is the demonstration of God's power. Just like God made Adam go into a deep sleep, it is a similar thing.
What did Adam add? I ain't read the Bible, or as I call it, the bollocks.
And he also noted that it's important for the fart to be near their nose so that the healing power can enter a person's body properly. And he also doesn't like when you call what he does farting, because in his words, he doesn't fart on people, he heals people. This South African...
Yeah, don't call it farts. I just want to sit on people's faces and heal them with my fart. Like, what the fuck is he talking... This is very cult-like, isn't it? Like, there's so many things in the world that are very culty these days. How do you get someone? Like, I am not someone that's very easily influenced to believe anything, right? I am very skeptical of pretty much everything. But I don't know what sort of a state of mind you would need to be in for a bloke to say to you, I'm going to heal you, right? And then I'm going to fart on your nose. I'm going to sit directly on your face and fart, and that will heal you. And what sort of person is going to say, yeah, all right then, to that? And I'm going to take a picture of it and stick it on the net of the internet so everyone can fucking point and laugh at me while I'm sitting there laughing. Like, this pastor is literally sitting there laughing whilst doing it. So he knows it's fucking ridiculous. He knows the bloke laying on the floor letting him fart on his face is some sort of humiliation fetish or whatever. I don't know what the fuck's the matter with him. But this isn't just one person he's done it to. He's done it multiple times. He does it all the time. And that bloke there, I don't know whether he's making this bollocks up, but the bloke that just was talking there on this little TikTok that I'm watching said that people actually pay for his fart in a jar. Now, what are you going to do with that? Like, I see something years ago. I think I did a story on the Daily What or Whatcast, one podcast anyway. I can't remember. About there was these blokes paying like thousands of pounds for a bird's fart in a jar. Like some bird, I don't know who the fuck she was. She was farting in jars and selling it and making a living from this. And people were buying this. That's just pervs, though. This is people thinking that this is healing them. Like, there's a church full of watching Christ Penelope. What the fucking name is that? Oh, if you went to Great Yarmouth, if you don't like it, go and sit on the snail. Go and sit on a face. But Christ Penelope goes to this place, and people want him to fart on their face. That's the weird. If he sits on his auntie's face, he might say this.
Yeah, what are you doing down there, Aunt Sally?
Might say that to his aunt. I'm not sure. Would you is anybody, I don't know if, there's obviously religious people that listen to this show or watch this show. I'm not religious, as you may have guessed, in any way, but would any religious indoctrination ever convince you to let someone sit, not just fart near you, actually sit full weight on your face and fart? Because that's what's happening here with fucking Christ Penelope. And I'll take a guess that Christ ain't his real name. I'm just a hunch, right? Not sure whether I'm right about that one. Maybe he was christened Christ. Who actually knows? I ain't got a clue. But if Christ Penelope came up to me and said, can I sit on your face and fart, and then you'll suddenly be religious and get healed of all of the devil within you, the demons that are within you, I would say,
No, you can fuck off.
I think it's time to name this week. I don't know, Christ Penelope's close. I'll tell you what, right? Christ Penelope, you get this.
You just made the list.
You just made the list because you're clearly a prick that's getting sexual kinks and kicks out of farting on people's faces. And in fact, it's so fucking disgusting. The amount of shit particles that these people are breathing in from your ass, you need to go on the list again.
You just made the list again.
And then I'm going to take you off of the list.
You just unmade the list.
So as I can put you on it for the second time and then
You just made the
reinforce
list
it
again.
one more time. Because that's what you deserve to be. But you didn't quite make this because I've got this for someone else right now.
Cult of the week.
Look at that chin. This is Thickest Flat Earther. He calls himself Fittest Flat Earther, but he's Thickest Flat Earther, which is tough to do. You can't really appreciate the chin in this picture here I've got here. Let's put it a bit smaller so we can appreciate the chinness. Oh no, not like that. The chinness of this guy, right? Here we go. Let's bring it back over. There he is. Right, you still can't see it because every time I try and make it smaller, there he is. The Thickest Flat Earther. Look at that. So, here we go. Let's see what he's got to say today.
Well, look at the sun, they say. You'll go blind, they say. Well, it's about noon in Florida. So the sun is as strong as it can get.
China?
And in Florida, the sun is pretty strong. And I'm directly staring right into it. Right at it. Does it look like I'm going blind? Now, I don't recommend you do this without building up some tolerance and some strength. But my friends...
Don't do it without building up tolerance and strength. I would say don't do it at all. Right? He is literally sitting in the sea, staring at the sun, saying that it's good for you to stare at the sun. This is insanity. This bloke, Thickest Flat Earther, is the one that thinks that Trump is Elvis reincarnated. He thinks that Trump's wife is Princess Diana. He thinks the earth is flat, obviously. He also thinks that Morgan Freeman is, I don't remember who he was now, Kevin James and Jelly Roll are, Kevin James is Jelly Roll's dad. He also thinks that pretty much any celebrity is a reincarnation of any other celebrity. None of them are just the first incarnation of themselves. And now he's talking about, it comes out with the weirdest thing. He's really bad. Even as a flat earther, he's fucking insane. But this guy, the worst thing about him is that he trips over his chin when he walks. He has got the biggest chin that anyone has ever seen in the entire fucking world. I don't know why he puts his chin on. It's so weird. His chin, I can't do it justice by just describing it. You have to check this guy out and look at the length of his chin. You would literally need to be sponsored by someone to walk up his chin. It is that long. Like, Land's End to John O'Groats ain't got nothing on this bloke's chin track. It is fucking, he's like Bruce Forsyth reincarnated. If there's ever anybody, it was Jimmy Hill or Bruce Forsyth. This guy has got their chin. It probably is them in another life, something like that. But yeah, he's such a weird. He's like, talks like he's got a mouthful of phlegm all the time. It's like he's from Liverpool or something.
My eyesight has improved since I started doing this. And it used to be terrible because I would stare at this thing all day long.
He's talking about his phone.
In the sun, it heals everything else. It helps the plants grow. It helps the trees grow. It gives nutrients to the soil and the flowers and the grass and the leaves. So why would it hurt us? Also, that thing they tell you that the sun gives you that starts with the letter C, it's not the sun giving it to you. It's all the chemicals and all the sunscreen and all the food and all the water and all the other crap you put in and on your body. It's not that guy smiling down on me with its beautiful rays.
Yeah. Let's also mention that this guy also thinks the sun is fake. He also thinks that the sun has been replaced by the sun simulator and it's no longer the sun. While he sits there worshipping it, staring at it, it isn't actually the real sun anymore, according to him in some of his other videos. So, but his stupid followers don't ever question the fact that he contradicts himself constantly. But what conspiracy theorists really do?
Sounds like cognitive dissonance to me, mate.
They don't care as long as it sounds impressive when they're telling people that have never thought about it before, so they can get their God complex and feel like that they're some grander than they are by some degree.
Now again, like I said with my grounding video, I am not a health professional. I am simply telling you that maybe there are alternative theories out there.
Agreed. But staring at the sun the way you are like that is not a good thing. The weird thing is, in his comment section to this as well, there's literally people that follow him, that have listened to him, that are saying, I tried this and I've damaged my eyes now and they're not repairing. One of them is really fucked. That's why he keeps saying, well, you've got to build up tolerance first. So he's literally damaging people. They're doing it because he's telling them to. And they're damaging their eyes by doing it. How fucking stupid are these people to listen to this prick? The shade of his chin is the reason why his eyes ain't being affected.
And maybe the people that are trying to poison you with chemicals and medicines and spraying the skies so you can't get the sun's healing and literally amazing rays, well, maybe you should look into those other theories. And like I said, don't be a maniac and just do what I'm doing at noon, go out and stare at the sun. You got to start when it's very low in the sky, just like you don't run a marathon without training. You will hurt yourself. You don't go out and you stare at the sun at noon in Florida or any.
But what he's saying is, but if looking at bright lights actually makes your eyes work more and builds up tolerance to the sun and makes your heals your eyes or makes your vision better or whatever, you could just have any artificial light, couldn't you? If it's just the brightness of it that's doing it, it isn't actually the healing process of the sun that God has put there to heal your eyes with.
Where, for that matter, you start when it's low on the horizon. You build strength. You build tolerance, and then you become like me, where you can stare at it.
Well, your chin grows to a massive length.
Endlessly. And I'm not even squinting. I don't wear sunglasses anymore because my eyes are strong. I don't need them. I don't
just hide under your chin.
Squint anymore from the sun because I've built the strength and my eyes can see further and see clearer than they ever have. A few other pieces of recommendations for you. Stop wearing sunglasses because they block you getting the amazing rays from the sun.
What, from the fake sun simulator that they replaced the real sun with during the eclipse that you bang on about in all of your other videos? Is that really good for you, is it?
Also, if you don't already have a blue light blocking screen cover for your phone, get one of those. I was going through a period of time where my eyes were hurting, and it was at the same time that I was starting to sun gaze, and my wife kept saying, your eyes are hurting because you're staring at the sun. And I was saying, no, my eyes are hurting because I'm staring at my stupid phone all day long. I got a blue light screen protector and I kept staring at the sun. And now my eyes never hurt because I'm not staring at the blue light from this stupid thing anymore.
Stupid thing.
I'm staring at the beautiful light from the beautiful God-created sun.
That they took down a few years ago and replaced with the sun simulator that you mentioned on all of your other videos.
Of course, all this for entertainment purposes. I'm not really looking directly at the sun. No, it's definitely not up there.
Gas go down, go boom boom, my friend.
Cunt of the week. Cunt of the week. It's time for cunt of the week.
There he is. What else we got going on here? Another story then. Moving on swiftly here. Let's go to this story. The dead Thai woman sent to crematorium wakes up in a coffin. Staff at Wat Rat Prak Hong Wat Hat Prak Hong Tham temple near Bangkok say they were alerted after they heard knocking from inside the coffin moments before the cremation was due to start. She started banging on the coffin, this woman. Fucking hell. The woman who was thought to be dead is taken to hospital after being found to be alive at the crematorium. A woman brought in for cremation at the Thai temple was found alive in her coffin. The 65-year-old had been taken to Wat Rat Prak Hong Tham, a Buddhist temple on the outskirts of Bangkok, after she appeared to stop breathing 2 days earlier. 2 days she ain't breathed for. What the fuck's going on? Her family had travelled hundreds of miles with her body in the coffin and were preparing for her to be cremated. However, fuck me, imagine if she hadn't woke up. However, moments before the service began, a shocked temple manager, Pirat Sudthup, said he heard a faint knocking coming from inside the coffin. I was a bit surprised, so I asked them to open up the coffin, and everyone was startled, he said. I saw her opening her eyes slightly and knocking on the side of the coffin. She must have been knocking for quite some time. The cremation was due to be live streamed by the temple. Niath, the nation's best-selling newspaper, said the woman in question, named the woman in question as Kronthrat Sakulku, or whatever. I don't know. Who cares? And said she was brought in by her mother, Mongol Sakuluku. Yeah. The brother said she had been bedridden for about 2 years before her health deteriorated further. What, further than bedridden for 2 years? Yeah, bedridden for 2 years. It can only get better. Right, it's got worse. You've died. Well, you didn't die, actually. It's got worse. You was bedridden in a coffin. Deteriorated further, and she became unresponsive, appearing to have stopped breathing, according to Mr. Soodthoop. So the brother placed her in a coffin and drove her 300 miles. I would walk 300 miles from their home in Thickest, whatever the fuck that says, province in the north of the country, to the capital, Bangkok. The Bangkok Post reported that the woman's brother had been told by local officials that his sister had died. The woman had wished to donate her organs to a hospital in the Thai capital, but her brother was turned away as he did not have the relevant paperwork. Instead, he went to the temple, which offers a free cremation service, and after the woman was discovered alive, she was assessed and sent to Bang Yai Hospital. It's like the thickest flat earthers reading this out. Reported that she was treated for hypoglycemia before being released back to her brother. Back to bed for another 2 years. Asked if he felt how he felt to learn that his sister was still alive, Mr. Saluku said he was indifferent, according to the newspaper. Oh, fuck. Mr. Soodthoop said the temple would cover her medical expenses. Her brother, so your sister, so she's bedridden for 2 years. Her brother rushes her to get cremated the minute she looks a bit dead, right? And then she bangs on the thing. I think he knew she weren't dead. Oh, she ain't breathed for about 2 days. Oh, we'll cremate her then. And then she bangs, bang. Oh, how do you feel? Oh, a bit indifferent, really. Like, he's genuinely not that bothered that she didn't die. Sounds like a great brother to me. Do you think I'm going to have a theory here. She was rich. She didn't have anyone but her brother. And she was going to leave him everything in the will. And he was slowly poisoning her. And then thought he'd finally got there. And then it didn't kill her. I was watching, what was I watching the other day? Something called Malice. There was something called Malice on, I don't know, Amazon or something. And there was it was Jack Whitehall, who was a comedian here in the UK, and he was playing like the bad guy in it. It was all right, really, but there was a bloke he was trying to kill in it, and he killed him about 300 times, and then they stuck him in the boot, and then the bloke started banging on the boot. It's like, how'd you kill this bloke? It's like this woman here, all right? Whatever her fucking name was. So what do you think about that? I've read stories about this in the past, but I don't think it's been to that degree. And I don't think it's been like people have actually been pissed off that the corpse was alive, really. Like, usually that'd be a good thing. If you're at a funeral with a loved one and they start banging and they're still alive in it, usually it's a relief. Not, oh, fuck, I'm a bit indifferent about this, really. Anyway. Hate of the week then this week. It's not a hate because I hate the show or anything like that. It's a hate of the ridiculousness of Stranger Things. Stranger Things season 5 has kicked off. I've watched one episode of it. I can't believe they haven't done a time jump because all of these characters in Stranger Things are still at school despite being in their mid-40s. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's like these characters, I don't know how long Stranger Things has been on now, quite a few years. But these people probably were kids when it first, but some of them were never kids. Some of them were adults even when they were at school, pushing it a bit in season 1 or whatever. But now, like, these kids are literally in wheelchairs. Like, they're still at school and everyone's acting like it's normal. Like, they're interacting with people that look like kids at school, but these kids are all fucking well old. It's like a bunch of fossils at the school, the Upside Down or whatever, the horror. I mean, it's filmed like a film. It's a pretty good series, I think. Bit weird. You know, strange. Obviously, that's what's called Stranger Things. But it's just not realistic. Why couldn't they have just done a bit of a time jump to explain the fact that these people have all got grey hair and walking sticks now, rather than still having them at school, one of them's getting bullied at school. He's about 100. Doesn't make any sense to me, this bollocks, right? I don't understand why they can't just... Why couldn't you make it 1991 or something? Like it's 87, or you could have made it 93, a bit more realistic, and they've all left. Why they got to be at school? Is the school relevant? All I've got to assume is the school is relevant to the actual story, right? It has to be, because otherwise they wouldn't be there. There's no reason for them to be there. No one's aging in this. They're still, even like they started in 83, I think it was, and now they're on 87. But they give you like they're telling you 4 years has passed since these kids were tiny kids. And now they're like drawing their pension and only 4 years has passed. It don't make any sense to me. But I would recommend that if you haven't watched this, go watch it anyway and you'll see what I'm talking about. If you have watched it, I'm not going to spoil anything. I've only watched one fucking episode. I think there's only 4 on there at the moment anyway. But the stupidity of that was my hate of the week. We're fully in Christmas mode. We're in December. This is the first Whatcast podcast of December this year. I don't think there's any months that I haven't done a podcast. It used to be every week. Now it's been every week the last few weeks anyway. Hopefully the new YouTube watchers, listeners are enjoying the podcast. Let me know what you think about it. And I'll probably be back next week. But before we cash out this week on this week's Whatcast, we've got to do the usual, right? There's a bit of AI music coming your way. This is Thickest Flat Earther. Enjoy. Adios.
Think the earth is flat?